Most freelancers are not broke because they lack talent. They are broke because nobody taught them the rules of the game they're playing. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what those rules are and how to use them to finally break through. I've studied hundreds of freelancers across every industry: writers, designers, developers, consultants. And the ones stuck at $1,000 months and the ones earning $10,000 months are often equally talented. The difference is never the skill. It's always the system. And there are 3 specific things the broke freelancer does differently. Stick around because the third one is the one nobody talks about. Here's what most freelancers do. They sign up on a platform, set a low rate to compete, work long hours for demanding clients, and wonder why they feel exhausted and underpaid. Sound familiar? The problem is not the platform. It's not the clients. It's not even the rate. The problem is that they are running a freelance business using an employee mindset. And an employee mindset will keep you broke no matter how hard you work. What actually works is thinking like a business owner from day one. Here's what that looks like. Reason number 1. You are selling time instead of results. Every freelancer who charges by the hour is trapped. Here's why. When you charge by the hour, you are punished for getting better. The faster you work, the less you earn. The client is always watching the clock, and so are you. But the freelancers earning real money, they charge for the outcome, not the hours. A logo designer who charges $50 an hour for a 10-hour project earns $500. A logo designer who charges $1,500 for a brand identity package. Same work, same time, earns 3 times more. The work did not change. The packaging did. If you are still quoting hourly rates, that changes today. Ask yourself honestly, when was the last time you raised your rate? If you have to think about it, that's your answer. Reason number 2. You are marketing to everyone, which means you are reaching no one. The most common mistake new freelancers make is keeping their offer broad. I do graphic design. I write content. I build websites. These statements attract low-paying generalist work because they signal nothing special. But the moment you niche down, I design brands for health and wellness coaches, or I write email sequences for SaaS companies, everything changes. Suddenly you are the specialist. Specialists charge 2 to 5 times more than generalists for the same deliverable. Because clients don't want a freelancer. They want the person who understands their specific world. The riches are in the niches. This is not a cliché. It is the single most proven path to higher rates in freelancing. And here's something most people don't realize. Niching down doesn't reduce your client pool. It actually increases it because now you show up in searches, referrals, and communities that generalists are completely invisible in. Remember I mentioned a third reason, the one nobody talks about? We're there. This is the one that changes everything. Reason number 3. You have no system for getting clients, you just wait. Most freelancers earn money reactively. A client messages them. They do the work. The client leaves. Then silence. And they start the cycle all over again, hoping someone reaches out. This is the feast or famine trap. And it keeps even talented freelancers permanently anxious about money. The freelancers earning consistently have one thing in common: a simple, repeatable client acquisition system. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be one piece of content per week that demonstrates your expertise. Could be one follow-up email to every past client every 90 days. Could be one referral ask after every successful project. The system doesn't matter as much as having one consistently. Because a freelancer with a system always has clients. A freelancer without one always wonders where the next one is coming from. So let's bring this together. Broke freelancers sell time. Successful freelancers sell results. Broke freelancers market to everyone. Successful freelancers own a niche. Broke freelancers wait for clients. Successful freelancers have a system. None of this requires more talent. None of it requires more hours. It requires a different approach. And now you have it. But here's the thing, knowing this and applying it are 2 different things. So I want to give you one action you can take in the next 24 hours. Write down the one type of client you have enjoyed working with most. Define the one outcome you helped them achieve. That is your niche. That is your new offer. That is where your rate increase begins. Start there. Everything else follows. If this gave you clarity, the next video on this channel covers exactly how to raise your freelance rate without losing a single client, and it's worth watching back to back with this one. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop your biggest freelance challenge in the comments below. I read every single one.